touched on another trend that's come out of the visioning process, which I think is one that everyone's aware of in technology. How much is technology a threat to management education or a complement to management education?
I feel that we are already having some disruptors in place. And disruption happens when someone offers a similar or a substitute service or product at a much cheaper level and maybe targeting a different segment. So we are already seeing this in business education. And MOOCs is an example. Of course, it's not a complete substitute, but it's actually replacing part of the learning process. So we will see in time that technology provides many more opportunities to reach out to distant audiences, distant groups, making the best of a synchronous methodology, which prolongs, or extends the learning momentum. And we will also see, of course, lots of applications that take out the best of the different forms of intelligence in participants. So I guess we're attending a fascinating time that will change not just the whole learning process, but also the role of professors and the way knowledge is distributed and validated.
Another trend that has come out of the visioning process that you also talk about in your book is the potential for business education to expand itself across other sectors. And so in your book you talk about business education and how some institutions call themselves business schools, other institutions call themselves schools of management. And today, given social enterprises and the need to run large cities and infrastructure, how much of an opportunity is there for business schools or schools of management to train people across these other sectors?
That's a very interesting question, because I believe that management is all pervasive and that every good professional practice has good management behind. This is like design.
Yeah.
You notice when something is badly designed, when it doesn't work, you realize about the professional who's not a good manager when the budget, is not fulfilled in time, or when a project is not completed well according to the expectations. No? And this is applicable to architecture, engineering, even medicine. So behind every profession there has to be good management. In time we will see that management is taught at primary, secondary schools as maths or as literature, or because it's a very important element or component of social life, no? And we all have to become good managers of our own lives and about our own, professions. So I guess that business schools need to get more embedded within their universities.
Okay.
And they will run many more programs, not just with engineering schools, but also with the rest of the schools, because there's a lot to be gained here. We have been, on the other side of the river for a long time. We now need to get embedded in the life of good universities.
And a lot of the new ideas, the innovative ideas, come out of the engineering school or the medical school, but they don't have the business or management training to bring those ideas to fruition. And so there's an opportunity perhaps for business schools to engage with other parts of the university.
Absolutely.
To help do that. And perhaps there's an opportunity to redefine how we spell STEM. And maybe we need to spell STEM with two M's. Science, technology, engineering, math, and management. I don't think they'll let us replace math with management.
So you see some opportunities here, I guess, for AACSB, Tom, don't you?
Well, yeah, we have to position ourselves. It's as you're noting, there's a lot going on in management education. It's very challenging, I think, for a business school to simultaneously prepare somebody to be an engineer and an entrepreneur, to train someone to be an entrepreneur, but at the same time train them to go to work for a global organization. They're two different mindsets, although you do need to have, even with large organizations, an entrepreneurial mindset. So it is a challenge to get all of those knowledge, skills, and abilities embedded within. We're also certainly seeing challenges on the revenue side and the cost side that makes it a very interesting time for business schools. But I think if you've noted, the demographics and things that are occurring are actually opportunities for business schools. There's opportunities to us to expand across sectors. I think that's coming out of the Vision Initiative. There's opportunity for us to have a greater impact on society. We're actually announcing this week the 100 influential leaders culmination of the contest. So literally there have been millions of people that have come out of business schools and made significant contributions to society and to industry. And we need to celebrate that and tell that story. And so I think that's something that we need to do as an industry as well as management schools individually going forward.
That's a very interesting exercise because you normally expect in those lists people who are also on the cover of Fortune magazines or similar papers. But here we have a list of people who influence their environment are not the usual suspects. No, they are people who work with modesty in very important areas, serving their communities, making economic impact, adding value to the rest of the society. So it's a very interesting